Hello and welcome to Noodster Gaming. My name is Chris. You can call me Chris or you can call me Noodster. And I'm here with WolfLine. Hello, Wolf. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
This past weekend, the game Outriders, the demo came out, and we both were able to play it. So we're gonna talk about our experiences with it.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah. Okay. So issue number one, or biggest thing to talk about, is my God, that goddamn shaky cam. I can't stand it. It was the worst thing in the world. I don't understand why they did that. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like they saw it in a movie once, and they're like, "What if this was all the time?" And then they tried it, and it's like, "Oh, we can't go back. We can't go back."
I remember because Kojima did it in his the idea. I feel like they were going for was like it was like a freehand camera, so the camera would just kind of travel along with the story. And Kojima did it in Metal Gear Solid 5, and I think he got inspired by some other movie. I can't remember the name of the movie.
It was like a war movie. I feel like it might have been.
It might have been a war movie. I don't know.
I want to say Saving Private Ryan because I feel like that name has come up with Kojima a bunch of times, but
Maybe.
don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
But that's what it felt like it was going for. But then
The game's not a war game, you know what I'm saying? Like it has combat, but it's not based. Well, it is based on war, but it doesn't feel like it needs it.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
it doesn't. And
Not even a bit. Not even like 1%.
the bigger problem is that even when the camera was static, when there's no moving going on, it was still moving around. It was on a unbalanced tripod.
Remember that lady who collects all the Earth objects? Like just to
Oh
collect-
yeah.
So when we were playing, I remember visiting her the first time, and then the camera pans behind like one of the shelves at the shop she's in, and it was like violently shaking, and I'm like, what is there? Why is the camera doing this?
Yeah,
It's so unnecessary. I was like,
it really was. I'm not one of those people who are who get motion sickness, but I couldn't watch the screen while that because it happened just way too much.
Yeah, like even when it's like it's just like a conversation in a boardroom, or like they're talking about what their plan is. It's just like shaking like no tomorrow, and you're like, why?
Yeah, it was really bad. But anyways, let's talk about some other part of the game.
Oh, well, before we go on, like I remember you told me that this was a complaint you saw on Twitter, and the devs said we'll try and fix it, or we can't fix it, or something.
Yeah, I'll try and see if I can find it again, but I remember them talking about it on Twitter, and they were like, "We understand you people have issues with the shaky cam. We'll look into it." Like that's it. That's all they said. They didn't say
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we'll fix it. It's like we'll see what we can do, and then if
Yeah.
we can't, we won't say anything.
And the game is out in like a month, so I
Yeah,
doubt
it's like
they
April.
can do.
You said April, right? Like
Yeah,
something?
April 1st.
All right.
So I don't know how much they can do about that.
Yeah, I'm like, otherwise I'll have to delay it, which I doubt.
No, they're not going to delay because of that stupid thing. But anyways, the game is a live game, I guess you would call it.
Is it?
Isn't it? I don't know. I don't like using the word looter shooter. I hate that phrase with a passion.
It's
But,
used too much nowadays. It's
I
become
think
kind
so.
of irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. It seems like it's like one of those it's a Destiny Division.
Yeah, like I'd say more Division. Like it's definitely looking at Destiny and Division on all those other games and trying to take bits and pieces and try and make it its own. But I'm not sure what it is aside from a clone of those games.
It's very confusing, and let's get into because the game has 4 different classes. It has Technomancer, Pyromancer, Master of Space and Time. I don't know if that's the official name of the.
I think it's called Trickster, which is
Trickster?
another string. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
understand.
that's a
Nothing to do
name.
with, yeah, it's nothing to do with like what powers you have, but whatever.
Yeah, and then there's the Knight. So I played as the Technomancer, and he's basically like the Vision guy.
Yeah, because the name implies like technology, right? Like techno and then magic or something.
I guess that's the phrase.
Some kind of magic machines.
Yeah, magic machines. So he runs with gadgets. He has a grenade. He has a.
Is it a magic grenade?
Yeah, it is. It's an elemental grenade. I'm not sure what element it is, but he has a what do you call it? Like a turret.
Oh, like you just place it on the ground and it just shoots people.
Yeah, but it's not like a DPS turret. It's like a if it shoots them, they'll freeze. So you get time to like shoot them while they're frozen and stuff.
Oh, like they won't freeze, and you can just shatter them or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And then he had a like a rocket launcher that would like shoot in like a linear line or something.
And that's just AoE damage.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess the entire game is all AoE based, but his other skill, his fourth skill was I forgot what it is, but it basically makes his like his bullets poison, and like if they shoot the enemy, they get dot damage, and anyone surrounding that enemy also gets dot damage. It's like a
It's like a kind of like a poison thing that lets like an AoE as well.
yeah, it's like a contagion kind of thing. If you ever played Cyberpunk, he's okay. I didn't really. I think if I were to play this game any further, he'd probably be the character that I play with.
Really?
But
'Cause you don't sound that impressed by him.
okay, here's the thing. When I play Division, I have two different loadouts. I have single player loadout, which is I have my gadgets like my turret and my drone, so that I can deal more damage against other people. And then when I play in multiplayer, I have my like support character, and he has just a bunch of other skills. I can't really remember what he did. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to play multiplayer, but if I would, like, it would be the gadget man to give me more time to deal with the enemies, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it takes off all the fire off you, and I assume they focus on the turret instead, right?
Kind of, yeah. It's again like it was only a demo. We didn't play like a lot of it, so I don't know what like end game Technomancer would be. But he plays like classic third person shooter. Like I just call it Division, right? But it's like he has to be in cover because he can't take much damage, and he has a bunch of like gadgets that support him, so he can't really be as aggressive. And then that's why it was kind of like weird to get into the Pyromancer, because his thing was being like his was like being a bit more aggressive than the Technomancer.
Would you say the Technomancer is akin to like a ranger class or like a bow class where you just sit back and do damage from afar?
Yeah, like the main reason I chose the Technomancer was because it said support class, and that's pretty much like what I do.
Do they heal by any chance? I'm not sure if you got a chance to look at the skill tree or whatever.
Oh, you never figured that out?
No.
Okay, well let's talk about it a little bit later. So Pyromancer has I don't like him.
I was watching you play it, man. You didn't seem too enthusiastic about what you were doing.
No, he's meant to be a bit more aggressive than the Technomancer, but I don't think he fits the bill for that. He has like a fire thing that he summons, and it goes in like in a straight line, which is cool because like I think his whole thing is he does like burning.
Yeah, like burning damage. I saw some of it.
Yeah, and then his other skill, like I don't it lashes fire onto the person and like pulls them in your direction, I guess.
Is it like a scorpion, like get over here kind of move?
I think it's supposed to be, but it's fire, so I don't know. It somehow whips onto them.
And I guess you're supposed to, when he comes to you, just shoot him in the face and then they die.
Yeah, I guess. And then but the only reason that I would really consider playing the Pyromancer is because his third skill was really cool because he would like mark an enemy and he'd cause like burning dot damage, right? And the thing is, if you defeat the enemy, then the enemy will like explode like a grenade.
Oh wow!
So it would like kill like other enemies like around it.
Yeah, that's actually like the coolest move.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I mean, I don't know if you could see, because I could see the character like the icons that says like this character is marked, meaning like he has that skill on him that I could like shoot him, right? I don't know if you noticed that, but like I feel like in late game or like even just in the game in general, I can be like, oh, okay, I marked that guy on the right. Everyone focus fire, so that like everyone shoots him and he explodes like a grenade and kills more enemies.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and
yeah, so there's like a bit of strategy involved.
Yeah, but I don't know. He felt like you were supposed to play him a bit more aggressive than the Technomancer. But yeah, that's the only skill I really liked from him. He has another skill. His fourth skill was like he'd summon like fire in a circle, so if people were charging him, they'd like back off for a little bit.
Oh, I kind of feel like that's like most of the enemies you face, at least when with the demo we played. They were all shooting from afar, and then there would be like either the boss or those like rampaging guys would come towards you.
Yeah.
I don't think that skill would be too useful in the early stages anyway.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be better than that stupid firewall thing that he used, but I tried it out and it was like, it's not really worth
Yeah,
it.
I'm not using it that much. Yeah.
Yeah, but then so let's talk about Master of Time and Space because
The trickster
you look
class.
yeah you look like you were doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, like I was like the first skill you get is that it's like a time blade, I guess you could say. Like whoever, it's like a close range like sword slash, and whoever gets hit by it instantly dies. Like you see like their bodies and like their armor just melt away into time or whatever. So when I first got that, I wasn't too impressed because it didn't feel very good, right? And I had to get up really close, and that's like when you're playing a game like this, like they're gonna shoot you from afar. So I'm like, yeah, this is useless. I don't want to use it. So for the first like an hour or two, I never used that skill, even though I had it. I'm like, oh, this is trash, and I started to hate the class. But then as soon as I got my time bubble, that's when I think the fun started.
Your time bubble looked really cool. Like
Yeah,
the moment you told me, says like, hey, get over here and look at this, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that looks really cool.
yeah, and then it's like when you start to combine things like that, like the time bubble, and then your sword, you can like just like insta kill whoever's inside, right? Because they all move at a slow, like they all go in slow motion. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then you get the final ability I got. Well, not the final, but the one I found the most useful was the teleporting one. So when I got it, I'm like, okay, so this is like a short range teleport, but no. I was able to warp behind guys who were like at least like 10 meters away.
Yeah, you went far.
Yeah.
You were just like,
And what's really cool about it is like no matter where you're aiming, you'll be like when you teleport, you'll be directly right behind them. So all you do is cast your your time bubble and then do like the sword slash, and then you're pretty good to go. That like whoever is in the way is pretty much dead, right? So that was just fun to do, like that over and over combo thing.
how was the cooldown on the teleport? Because I feel like the idea would be teleport, time bubble, slash people, then like teleport out. Were you able to do that stuff, or was the
Yeah.
cooldown?
Yeah, but like I feel I didn't need to teleport out. It'd be more to like teleport to the next like wave of guys standing like hiding behind a rock or something.
Okay.
As soon as you teleport in, you cast your time bubble, then you do your sword slash, and then usually whoever's in your area would die right away, and you would move on to the next group of people, right? So that's what I would do. Like I don't think I've ever used the teleport to run away. It's just you like just head into battle and slash whoever's like who dares to stand.
It really seems weird though, because that character, it's all about like teleporting and like doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But he has a gun, and I don't know.
does.
I feel like that guy needs a sword.
Yeah, like I think he's more supposed to be like like a rogue class, because
Yeah.
when I played World of Warcraft, that's like I think pretty sure like the rogue had a invisibility skill where you turn invisible, you'd go behind an enemy and then shank them, and they would like almost die instantaneously. So I feel like this is that. So I don't know, like I feel like this is like the rogue class, but they gave him a gun. I can't be too upset about it, but I don't think any of the characters have swords, right?
No, I think it's just all guns. It just seems weird that because that skill, like we would go enter a map, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm shooting people, and then there'd be like a bunch of enemies coming towards me, and I'd be shooting them, being like, well, where's this guy? How come he's not here helping me? And then I look, he's like across the map fighting people that are like way beyond where I am, and he's like, okay, well, I guess I got to deal with these guys by myself.
The thing with the teleport skill is you point it in a direction, but it won't, because let's say there are guys coming towards you, right? Like coming towards us, but I'd point it in the same direction. It's not necessarily going to put me behind the guys who are coming towards us. It might put me behind those guys who are like, let's say, behind a bunker or something. So wherever I land, I have to use, just do the best I can to take them out.
And I'm not saying you ruined my experience, but I had a completely different experience playing my Technomancer, being kind of, like Gears of War, hide under cover, like shoot, be strategic. And then you come in, and I'm my Pyromancer, and you're just teleporting everywhere. And I'm just like, well, I got to keep up with this guy. So like, I was barely in cover as a Pyromancer, like, and he's probably better suited for that than a Technomancer. But it was almost like a different experience playing that game.
Yeah, for sure. Like for me, I don't think like I played the cover shooter stuff. Like it's fine, but but I had more fun just teleporting into battle, casting my time bubble, and then slashing people. I mean, if I do get this game, like I already know how I want to play it.
Yeah. So you're not going to try any other character. You're pretty much.
Well, no, I haven't tried the last class, the knight or whatever. I might go back and try it, but I think that's definitely the tank, right? Like he has to be.
Yeah.
I think it would be I think if you had the tank and the technomancer, I think that would be a good combination where I would just just inhale all the bullets and you would just do damage to whoever is who's shooting at me.
I mean, yeah. It also depends on the skills because I don't
Yeah,
know the what, Trickster. That's his name. He's like a completely different experience. I feel.
Yeah, he is for sure. But I feel like he's the most out of place within those four classes because I feel like they're all even the pyromancer, the technomancer, and then the tank. Like they all have to stay behind cover and shoot, right? While the trickster goes in as fast as he can, take out and keeps going at it. So I don't know. It feels very strange.
Let's talk a bit about the gameplay. How'd you think the game felt? Because I think it felt really weird.
Yeah, for sure. Considering how sometimes you have to be somewhat accurate when it comes to shooting enemies, I felt with the sniper rifle, I couldn't get headshots. It would connect, but I didn't feel like I've earned it. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what it is. I've been looking at video and I've been trying to look for a perfect example of what I'm talking about, but I feel like whenever, how normally when you're in cover and you see that little dot that says this is where it's going to shoot.
Yeah.
And then when the idea is that when you do the what is it, zoom in iron sight, is that what it's called?
Yeah, the iron sight. Yeah.
The iron sight is that when you zoom in with the iron sight, that's where the reticle would be.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I'd see the dot and be like, okay, there's the enemy, I'm gonna zoom in and shoot the guy. I always felt like the iron sight went a lot lower than what I was expecting.
Yeah, because that was my problem when I was trying to pull off headshots with a sniper rifle. The reticle would be below where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that really kind of pissed me off.
I don't know if that's just that's the game and I have to get used to it, or if that's just something that was.
No, because I feel like the controls aren't very tight. I feel because even when you're trying to even shoot with a regular gun, I feel like I'm not hitting my targets properly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I've heard other people complain about I've watched a bunch of other videos where people complain about the controls and they feel a bit too floaty. I'm not sure floaty is the word, but they don't feel refined enough for a person.
They don't, especially when you consider these are okay, I don't really know this studio a lot, but these are the guys who hype themselves as the gun people.
Mm-hmm. What was that? What was their first game that made them famous? It was a Quake type game where they got really famous of it.
Yeah, I forgot. It's Purgatory or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember the name.
And I know those Quake games, you have to be really the aiming has to be precise, right? So I'm kind of surprised. They also did Gears of War Judgment, I think.
Yeah, they're the least favorite of the Gears of Wars. I mean, it's not its fault. Nobody really wanted that game anyways.
Yeah, so. No one wanted a prequel to right after Gears of War 3, right?
Yeah.
The stakes aren't high enough. But
so I mean, I couldn't tell you how that game played because I had no interest in playing it.
I think I got it for free when I bought something, and then I never bothered to play it. So,
another is small issue. These are another small issue I had about this was, I don't know if you noticed, but whenever you would turn the camera, there was this maybe 2-3 seconds where the camera would feel like it's going at a good pace, but then the longer you hold it, the faster the camera turns. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah, you get a weird blurred what do you call it? A blurred effect. It wouldn't feel necessary. It was
I'd be walking around the village or whatever, and I'd want to turn my camera, but then it would I'd hold it too much because the camera just goes too fast, and I don't understand why it accelerates its speed the longer you hold it.
Did you notice that weird thing it does when you're running? Even before you start running, it blurs. It starts to blur, and you're like, why?
Yeah, that's so weird. That feels like it's I mean, this is the thing is I feel like this game still feels like it's a 360 game.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember that? I'm not sure if you remember. It's like this. It was like that. It's like a Halo game, and like, but it's like you have to drop in from like the sky, and then it's a first-person shooter.
To drop in from the sky?
Like you drop in from space, and then it turns into a first-person shooter. I forget what it was called, but it really reminds me of that game. Oh, man. I'll try to look it up. But it was a really it looked really good, but it played really bad. I'm not sure.
Was this for Xbox One or 360?
Oh, 360. I think it came to PS3 a bit late, like 6 months to a year later. Yeah, but I don't think it was as successful as people wanted it to be. But I felt like that game kind of like mirrors this game in a weird sense in terms of like it looks cool, but then the gameplay is really wonky.
I don't know about looks cool because, like I said, when I made the comparison to making it being like a 360 game, there's a lot of brown in this game.
I feel that's because we're in the what's it called? We're in like the area within, like like just a town area. Because when we go to the jungle and stuff, it didn't look too bad. Like in the beginning.
Yeah, in the prequel, that stuff or whatever, it was that stuff looked it was cool. It was vibrant.
Yeah,
There was
exactly.
colors,
Yeah.
but I like the thing is my issue with that is that like Division is a game that takes place in the city and it still makes itself look really good. But this game is just let's put mud everywhere because that's all we know.
It's mud and bodies
Yeah.
and bleeding bodies. Mud and
Oh
bleeding,
god,
bleeding
those
bodies.
stupid bleeding body like that screensaver effect when you shoot someone on a wall is just
That has to be the best thing in the whole game. If you see a body, shoot it and just watch. Like it's just like blood overflowing everywhere from like the body to the ground to the doors for no reason. It just happens, and the bodies are supposed to be like burnt.
You had a lot of fun doing that. You were just shooting bodies all over the place, just looking
yeah.
at it bleed. Well, not even
Yeah.
bleed. It was just that stupid effect.
It just like gushes out like some kind of like bad prop from a movie or something. But hopefully I feel like that's their next gen technology. Like, watch everything bleed.
I don't know. I don't think that's.
Whatever.
What do you think about? Well, because it is a Destiny type game. What do you think about the loot?
I'm a sucker for loot, man. That loot was really
Yeah,
cool.
the numbers go up, and I'm happy that the numbers go up.
Not only that, but the guns are so varied. Like because like my problem with like early loot games is like let's say Diablo and Destiny, you always tend to get the same gun with like just like different values when you first start off. Even mid game to late game, you always get the same gun. But when we were playing this one, I always found like a different type of sniper rifle, a different type of shotgun, and it really kept my interest. I'm like, oh, I like loot, I like different types of guns, so why don't I keep playing?
I do wonder how much of that is just like it's a new game and you're not used to the.
Even I'm not sure like when I'm going to start seeing repeating stuff, right?
Yeah, because I know for sure I've seen. I mean, you see me wear that stupid skin tight jacket. Like I got that stupid jacket like 3 times, and it was.
But then you see, look at on my end, I got like that biker jacket, and then I got a jacket with like with a hoodie and which has like fur on it or something. I'm like, that's
yeah.
kinda cool.
I think
it's
something
fun.
we should note is at least early on in the game, everyone still has the same armor. There isn't exclusive armor yet. Not to say that won't happen for each class. I don't know.
We haven't found any class armor yet, right?
Yeah, maybe that'll probably happen, right? It has to.
Yeah, I mean, because remember if you watch the trailer, like there's like I think the pyro guy gets like a pyro helmet. It kind of reminds you of a Destiny thing. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure at some point you get something.
Oh, I totally forgot to talk about this while we were talking about the gameplay. So healing, you never understood the healing. Okay, this is why I consider this game really weird. Why it would be a third-person shooter because the game heals you by you attacking.
But
So for the Technomancer, so there's like whenever you choose your class, there's a little description about like how to heal. For the Technomancer, because they're like super basic, you heal just by like doing damage to an enemy. So you're like doing lifesteal, right? Pyromancer, you heal by like killing enemies that are marked by your fire or whatever.
okay,
Tricksters, you get healed by killing people in your portal or whatever.
oh, in the time bubble.
Yeah, and then the knight like he gets health by like enemies that are near him that die.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's a weird thing where the game feels like
I can't die.
it wants you to be aggressive, but yet they have this weird third person cover mechanic that like makes it play like it's like, you got to be safe, got to do your approaches like, make sure you're not getting outflanked or anything, but the game's pretty much telling you like, hey, do as much damage as you can and you'll always be healed.
Yeah, and it has to be like for some classes it seems like it has to be closer range too, right?
Yeah, the tank has to be near them, but I figure he could take a lot of hits for that.
Yeah. But don't you also get like some amount of regenerating health if you just like hide behind cover?
Yeah, but if you want to like,
Get like your full bar back?
yeah, you got to do your specific things. And then it's weird because, again, like you're a knight, so you're going to have to play aggressive, but then you want them to be in cover? Like, why?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense, right?
The gameplay is something that I think that and the next thing we're going to talk about, I think that like, I think gameplay is a big point. So, but it's something that I really like. I'm wondering like, is this actually going to be worth it?
Well, I feel like they could make tweaks, like updates as the game progresses. But but I don't think we'll wait long enough to see those tweaks, unless this game has like some staying power.
Let's talk about. Well, I know that like Destiny and Division, their stories are noteworthy for not being all that great. What did you think so far of the story of Outriders?
It's pretty nonsense.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Okay, so first of all, when you start the thing, you're colonizing a planet, and they need you because you're an Outrider, right? And that means you're special for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why.
I assume you're like a mercenary, from what I try to make sense of it.
Okay, sure. Like a special mercenary or just like a mercenary?
Just you're just like you're your guns for hire.
Okay. Well, so then why do some characters be like, oh, you're an Outrider?
Like after the games, like after the prologue.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't really explain that. Like for some reason, Outriders are bad guys now. I don't understand why. What about that guy? We not the guy with the powers.
Okay, so this is another pet peeve. This is another issue I have with this game. So you're labeled as an Outrider, and you're already special, right? Then you get special powers, and then you're called an Altered, and so now you have like two names that you go by. Why couldn't they just keep one? Why did you have to be like a special Outrider? Why can't Outrider just be
like soldier or something generic?
Like, why does it matter? Like, because Altered is the one that's going to matter more in the end. I feel, even though the game is named Outrider.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. That is like, shouldn't they just have called the game Altered or something? Outrider just seems like a throwaway.
Yeah.
In the first 5 minutes.
It seems that that. It just seems so weird that they would do that.
Yeah, and it's weird too because like in the story, they also like some people refer to you as Outrider and then others refer to you as Altered. I'm like, make up your mind. Which one? Man?
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so I don't know. I'm not attacking the people, but man, that voice acting is like something else. It's almost as bad as a shaky cam.
I personally didn't find it too bad.
Really?
Yeah, for me, I found like what was the other that Quantic Dream game, the murdering one for PS3, or the Origami Killer one. What was that called? Heavy Rain.
Oh, Heavy Rain. I feel like this is on the same level.
Oh, you think so? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not blaming their accents. I'm blaming like the acting on this. It's really bad, and even the writing is bad on it.
Oh yeah, the writing is nothing special. But I felt like the facial animations, those are really bad. Like those really pull you out of whatever the game's trying to sell you. I think the only person's voice who bothered me was the eye patch lady, Syra. Her voice acting hers was I think one of the worst.
I don't know. Jakob was pretty bad too. I didn't like him either.
I don't know. I feel like Jakob, his accent max is just the way he is,
And I don't know what it is like about these games, but like everyone's just a dick.
Yeah.
Like even your character is just a dick. Like remember there's that scene where the guy got shot and he's like, why do I even bother? Like what are you trying to like convey here?
I know, it's like because it makes your character look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Or like he's not even a hero. He's just like he's the bad guy almost, right?
And then the stupid scene coming when you go back to the girl is like, oh, he's dead. It's like, did he die justly? Like, if you want him to. Like, what kind of writing is that?
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Like, I feel like they don't know what the tone of the game is. Like,
Yeah, they really don't.
Everyone's kind of an asshole to each other.
Like, I wonder if it's like if it's a translation thing of like, what they were going for in their language doesn't really.
I don't know. But remember when you played? I'm not sure if you played Bulletstorm. Like the first 10 minutes of Bulletstorm, everyone's this exact same.
Oh, really? So that's just what they go for? Just
Yeah, everyone is an asshole to everyone.
okay.
And, like,
but wasn't Bulletstorm supposed to be funny? Wasn't that the point? So I don't know.
Is calling someone dick tits a lot funny?
I don't know. Isn't the word dick tits supposed to be funny?
You tell me, man. I'm asking the question. I
mean, personally, I don't think so, but I don't know what kind of audience Bulletstorm was going for. So,
even I remember even your commander, when in the beginning you're on a colony spaceship, and your commander just a dick to you, but then you're a dick to him. I'm like, I don't understand. He's your commander, but he's acting like I don't know, like a 19-year-old, like just cursing at you, calling you an asshole for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. The tone for all these games are weird.
I was actually really excited at the beginning of the game, the prologue, because I thought like you're gonna colonize the planet, and then you're gonna find other people try to colonize the planet as well, and you get to a fight with them that way. I was more interested in that than the stupid time skip. You get frozen, you got to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that part was really jarring. It's like, why is there like a time skip?
Yeah, it was weird. But we saw that big monster in that one side quest, and that looked cool.
And which is weird. Like it doesn't really attack you. It feels like it's just like a land whale, and you don't mess with it at all.
Yeah,
they're made to look menacing, but whatever. But honestly, I feel it's going to continue into the real game. I don't think the demo really excuses it from what it's going to be.
Well, I mean, to the game's credit, like I think I told you this before. Like I think it's really cool that they did this. I think like they could have just made like a beta and just said like, yeah, these are the levels. Nothing's going to progress. You're just going to play the game, and there you go. But they made it so that you can progress and
like your saves carry over into
yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so like your master of space and time, you can keep playing as him if you decide to get the game.
And the gear too, or just my level?
Everything is gonna carry over.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. You don't have to go through that really bad tutorial. Oh my god, that was like the worst part of that game.
It was pretty bad. Also, we played. I was on PS5. You were on the Xbox Series X, and we had no issues.
Oh yeah, like if there's one thing they did right, it was getting crossplay to work.
Yeah,
that's fairly easy.
I was even more impressed when we were having the same. That stupid glitch where the subtitles would be faster than the actual conversations.
Oh yeah,
we were having it like at 1-to-1. It was pretty hilarious. So
I just assume that's built into the game. That's how you run, no matter what platform you're on.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Well, what do you think? Do you think you're gonna get this game, or?
Yeah, they're not.
Well, let's say, are you gonna get this game at launch? Or are you going to wait for this game to go on sale?
I mean, it's pretty dry from now till, I don't know, when anything comes out. So.
Yeah, I mean, you and I go by the life of like a video game a month, I feel.
Yeah, give or take. Like last year was pretty good. Like you had like Final Fantasy in March, and wait, was there?
Last of Us came before Final Fantasy?
No, it came after. Because Last of Us got delayed till June. And then after Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima. So, yeah, it was pretty solid. Like I played Final Fantasy, and then we moved on to Last of Us, and then Ghost of Tsushima. So yeah, every couple months I say. But this, I mean, so far, like it seems like this year seems pretty sparse, right? Because there's Resident Evil 8 in May, right?
Yeah, a month after Outriders.
And then I don't know. You said in June it's a little. Was it Bad for Blood or something? Back for Blood?
I think it's June. It's either June or July.
And there's also Ratchet and Clank, but I don't think I'll be able to play that. Yeah, so from between now and let's say May, there's really nothing, unless I decide to splurge and buy Fuser, but that's a different story.
So it's do you think you're a day one or?
I really don't want to spend like $80.
I get you that.
I really don't, but unless Game Pass, pulls out Final Fantasy 13, the collection or something, I don't think I have a choice. You know, like it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like
yeah,
I love the
yeah.
loot, and like the gunplay is fairly good. So I can see myself buying it and maybe lasting until Resident Evil 8. You know?
Yeah, I had fun when I played with you. I didn't really have that much fun by myself.
Yeah, like when I played it the first time, like I was playing I was telling you I was playing the tutorial and I was falling asleep. I was literally falling asleep because then I just turned it off. But yeah, but playing with other people, it seems a bit more because you need to work together
Yeah.
for sure, right? And what else I forgot to mention is the skill trees. It seems there are 3 paths for each character, and that's really intriguing for me. Like I love skill
Yeah,
trees.
but I don't think it's going to be anything special. From what I saw, it's like +5 to this, +2 to that.
Yeah, I don't think there's a huge like class difference by the end of this tree, but I like a good skill tree, so I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Oh,
No.
speaking of things that we forgot to mention, I really like that a lot of the guns, like I think later on, like near the end of the demo, was like skill specific. Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
this gun will give you a 20% radius blast on your third skill, or
yeah.
thing will do something else.
Oh yeah, it's like 9 second cooldown on your space bubble.
I know that the idea is to get to the end game as fast as you can, but it does make you think a bit more of you're like, okay, well the number is up on this, but it doesn't give me the thing that I like on from the skill from this gun, so maybe I'll just stick with this gun for now, kind of thing.
But it's better than what Destiny does, where it's like here's an exotic if you find it, and it might be able to help you with some of your skills, but might not.
Yeah,
Right?
and it might like you might need another exotic to help to use both. Like you need 2 exotics to make sure that this class
Exactly.
is actually.
Oh, but guess what? The other exotic is in a raid, and you don't do raids. It's food.
All right, so for you it's a yes. For me, I think I would have said yes, but I thought Near Replicant was coming out in March. It's coming out in April, so
Oh, so you're gonna go with Nier
I
over?
think I'm gonna go with Near.
Yeah, I'm like because I don't plan to play it alone. So if it goes down in price in like a month or two, I'm not gonna shed any tears over that.
Yeah, me too. Did they say if there's gonna be a season pass or anything like that, or?
No, there wasn't any mention of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if, since it's a live game. But they might have like extra credits to buy like armor or some kind of armor art like armor skins.
Yeah, well, they did. I know there's probably a like a what do you call it, collector's edition and all that stuff, but I'm not sure what.
Oh yeah, I think on the Xbox store I saw the $79 regular and then I think $89 or $99 collector's edition. I didn't see what's in there. I'm sure you get armor and guns or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so maybe they don't have anything on that anymore. But yeah, okay. So that has been our early impressions on Outriders. A big I don't know, man.
Well, if it was cheaper, it'd be a yes. Right? I wouldn't say I don't know.
Yeah, but it's $80, so
Yeah,
now you're
exactly.
like I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, especially since you're not getting it like come April, so
Yeah.
I can wait it out.
All right. Thanks for listening, WolfLine. Thank you for joining me on this.
Yeah.
You like and subscribe and all that stuff, I guess.
Like, subscribe.